Hey guys, this is Jankos. wait. Hey guys, I'm Jankos. This is LEC training grounds and I'm about to teach you how to play Elise. I do like playing Elise because for me, that's like the strongest jungler in the early game. If you meet anyone, like anyone in the river around level 3, 4, 5, 6, doesn't matter, you pretty much one-shot that guy. Sure, I mean, late game team fights are not your thing, but you can still peel your AD carry, you can still do a lot of damage to the assassin, you can still go on the backline if your team needs you, you can be like an engage if you flash in and cocoon, you can do so many things. So on Elise, normally what you want to do is that you want to start one of the buffs and you want to proceed to the other side of the map to gank or to get the scuttle, but you do preferably need level 3 to do that. And how do you get level 3? Is, you know, doing 4 camps, that's the only way, right? So how do you do 4 camps? Either I start red buff or I start blue buff, and then the 4 camps I want to take are both buffs, so blue and red, and then wolves and Grump. So if I want to gank top lane, I start red buff. I think doing raptors on Elise kind of takes a lot of time and it's not very efficient. I then proceed to wolves, then I do blue buff, and then I take Grump. Then I'm level 3, I can do the scuttle. If scuttle is not available, I will go gank enemy top laner. If that's not possible, I will invade enemy jungle and I will take his cracks. If I want to gank bot lane, on the other hand, I will start on blue buff. I will take the blue buff first, I do the Grump, right after the Grump, I again proceed to wolves, and after wolves, I finish with the red buff. I'm level 3, and then I can do the scuttle, or I can gank bot lane, or worst case, if I cannot gank bot lane and enemy jungle took the scuttle and he started bot side of the map, so I can't really invade him, then I also have extra camps to take. So in that case, I would probably take cracks and then I would play base. So as you can see, right here, I'm trying to gank a mid laner. He's kagging the wrong side, so it should be kind of easy. I will start with a flash in because he's not behind minions. I can get my stun off. I Q, I W, and then I kind of reset my auto again and I hit him. So as you can see, right now I'm to gank mid lane and the guy is hiding behind minions. So what I will do is that I will run in, I will throw the W the other way, I will repel on the target, then I will use my Q, and as you can see my W jumped from very far away to my target, and I'm just on the target. If he starts running and you have time, you can repel back, you can use your cocoon to stun him as he's running. One thing I will show, if you W, let's say behind you, it doesn't matter where, and you Q from the spider form, as you can see your W jumps on the target and your small spiders will also log on the target. So with repel, the cool thing is that you can jump to pretty much anything inside of the circle. As you could see here, I could jump to raptors, but I can also jump to red buff. And that way, it's really easy for me to escape a gank or even just start red buff sooner if I want to. And here is kind of similar scenario where I can repel to red buff, I can repel to cracks, but if I take a step to the left, I can also repel to the blasting cone. And people actually don't know, but they can actually do repel to all the kind of things in the jungle, which is, Scrying Bloom and Blast Cone and also Honey Fruit. You can also repel to your opponents, or you could repel to a ward. So if someone places a ward, we can also use it as a ward hop if you'll be playing LEC, but it has to be enemy ward. So right now I'm trying to gank mid lane. As you can see, the guy is hiding behind minions, so I'll walk in, I will E, and at the same time I will smite. The guy didn't expect it, Minion died, but Minion was blocking my cocoon. Well, I smited it, now he's dead. So for me, the best full damage combo on Elise is that you throw your W first, then you throw your cocoon, so the target can't actually escape. At the same time, you throw Q. Right after the cocoon, you change your form, you walk up, you do auto W into Q. And right now I'll demonstrate how it looks. As you could see here, I Q'd before I auto resetted with the W, but I still got the reset off. And then in another instance, I'm a little bit closer to the target, so I don't need to use my Q to gap close. So what I will do instead is that I will walk up, I'll auto first, and then I'll just keep autoing and then Q. So for this clip, it's just a standard Elise combo where I check the brush with W, where I try to assassinate enemy target. I think most of the time Elise is really good at camping in the jungle and one-shotting whoever face checks the brush. In this case, both me and Yasuo will face check the brush, but he has no chance. So I know that Yasuo could face check the brush. I'm looking for him, I know I'm stronger. I use my human form W to face check the brush with me. The W explodes instantly. I throw my cocoon at the same time, then I Q from human form, I change back, I Q for the extra damage with spider form, and then I W, and then I just start smacking him with my autos. He wants to Q me with tornado, I repel the tornado, he cannot ult me, he cannot do anything, he's just dead. So in this clip, I will show you why, in my opinion, Elise is the best diver, level 3 diver in the game. And even though I messed it up, the dive was very easy and very clean. So as you can see, I'm playing against Misfits. Soas, this poor boy, he's under the tower. And what I will do, I will just walk up to him. I will use my WE. He will flash it. Doesn't really matter, I use my Q after. He gets knocked up. And then I just continue my damage with the auto, W reset into Q, and he's pretty much dead. I did juggle the turret aggro with my repel. I think I messed it up a little bit. My repel was way too early, and that cost me to use flash. But otherwise, the dive was very easy, very clean. And if I wouldn't mess up my repel, I wouldn't even waste flash. That's how easy it is. For Elise, team fighting sometimes could be very difficult because, you know, let's be honest, you are not the main carry unless you have 10 kills. And in this particular clip, I will try to peel for my backline. That's because, you know, we are kind of straight 5v5 running at each other, and that way it's not easy for me to get to the backline unless I do repel to them. But you know, you don't really want to do that alone as you would get one shot. So I'll just repel for my carries and I'll try to go on the front line. So as we roll the clip, we are kind of, you know, sieging. We are walking up, I throw my cocoon to stun Urgot so he can't do damage to anyone. Now we start running, the guy is running in as well on Urgot. We kind of flash out, we are grouped, Lissandra flashes in. Now she gets cocoon, and now she's pretty much one shot. I think cocoon into Lissandra E is very easy because it's kind of easy to predict. If you throw your cocoon, you waste a 12 seconds cooldown, but if she takes the E, she is dead. And in this time, she took the E, she flashed in even, and she was dead, right? So in this situation, I was basically peeling for the backline. I made Urgot not go in on us. I made Lissandra not be able to use ult, and I was just with my backline. So in this clip, we are trying to dive Urgot, and it's not as simple. And in this clip, you can see that Elise is a very squishy champion. So if someone gets on you and you can't repel to anything that's next to you, you will probably die. But you can still do as much damage as possible before dying, and you can still stun someone. So as I roll the clip, we just kind of walk in, we start hitting the tower, and you know, right now they want to turn on us. I'm the target. I try to cocoon. I cocoon Urgot, that's why he was stunned. I repel now to buy as much time as possible, and right after I jump back. I cannot repel to anything else. I cannot run. I don't have flash, so I will just try to do as much damage as possible before going down. This has been Jankos. I hope you enjoyed the Elise guide. I hope you learned something, some tips and tricks that you can use in your solo queue to give you advantage. If you want to see me play Elise, come and tune in to LEC.